Hi everyone and welcome to the Chapter 11 Beginner Any Percent tutorial. I showed this at the end of the last video, but in case you didn't see it, as soon as you gain control of Isaac here, you can checkpoint restart and it'll skip to stagger animations of Isaac yelling at Strauss. So once you gain control, you're just gonna run this way. Go ahead and reload the line gun if you haven't already. We're gonna open this door. Alright, so for this Stalker Room, we need to kill all the enemies to progress. I forget how many Stalkers it is exactly. But what you want to do is stand basically right next to the side of these two arrows, kind of where these points are. You want to stand right about here. It's not too precise, but stand around there. You see that rectangle, that kind of vent-looking thing there? You want to aim your line gun reticle on the very top of that and shoot it. You can do it while walking too, but it's a little bit more tricky. So this guy here, make sure you're not standing too far to the right, because if you get too close to him, he'll charge you. So stand a bit more left, that'll make him run over here. If you shoot the mine correctly, it'll kill both of those guys. Now we're gonna keep to the left and shoot this guy here. Shoot a mine up there. Now we're gonna back up, pull out the cutter, try to shoot this baby here, blow him up to kill that guy. The mine kills that guy. And that baby pops out of the vent. So you can kind of back up and shoot him right as he spawns. I'm going to do this room a couple times here. It can be a little tricky at first getting this down. Don't sweat it too much if you don't get it perfectly. Again, as long as you kill all the enemies, you can progress here. That's a good place to make a save, by the way. Again, I'll be making a list of saves as well at some point. So yeah, you can kind of just walk forward here and aim at the right spot, and when you get to around there, you can shoot it if you want. So you can do it kind of like this, but if you want to line it up as well, that's fine. So again, hang left here, don't get too close to the mine. Shoot this guy on the left. Shoot a mine around there. Start backing up. Sometimes they won't die, especially hitting them with just the primary fire. So if that happens, just kill him. And you might have to react. So that guy, we'll do it one more time. That guy ran kind of late. Ideally, if he runs early enough, you can shoot the baby and that'll blow him up. But yeah, you kind of just got to react to what you get here. You do have to wait for that last baby to spawn anyway. So if things don't go perfectly, it's all right. So I'll shoot the line up again, stand about here, aim there, shoot this, hang to the left so this guy doesn't hit us. Didn't mean to switch away from line gun there. He's dead. Come on there, back up. So he ran kind of late again, but that's all right. We can just kill him and kill the baby. There we go. All right, so that's that room. As you can see, there's a little bit of variance with what they decide to do, but that's our general game plan there. We're gonna do this hack panel. Nothing too different here. Yeah, just try not to hit the red or the empty spots. Medium medkit there if you want it. All right, so for this part here, we're gonna go left. So if you want to be safe, you can shoot this. You can just shoot this cyst. If you hang to the right and make a tight enough turn around this corner, just like this, and hug the wall, you can avoid getting hit. You can kind of walk over this thing right here. It's not a huge deal though. You can just shoot him, and that'll take care of it. But you can go for that if you want. Now this one I would recommend just running past. If you just hang the wall here, he can't hit you because the explosive will go over there. So once you turn this corner, just hug this wall. That can happen too, actually. That's also fine, I guess. But yeah, you can just hug the wall and then go this way. So here in this goop, you want to aim with the plasma cutter. You see how you move really slow? You actually move faster while aiming, but not with these like two-handed weapons like the detonator and the line gun. So it has to be the cutter. Flamethrower and Ripper also work, but you probably won't have those at this point. So just switch to the cutter, aim, shoot this guy. Another medium med pack if you want it. Once you get to the store, you can actually sprint super briefly there right before you hit it. But here, so I said in Chapter 7, make sure after that store visit you have 9K credits. If you do, you can just mash interact here, and you'll buy the contact beam immediately. If you somehow don't have 9K, that's fine. Just go in, sell something, go back and buy it, and then just mash out. This is what I was talking about here, by the way. The goop kind of ends like right here, so you can be aiming, like go and sprint like right into that, but kind of a small time save. Anyway, once you quit out of that, just walk this way. Be careful not to spam interact too early, or you'll get pulled into that save station. Open the store. You can reload here. All right. So There's an exploder that can spawn here. If that happens, just stasis him. If you're fast enough, you can actually... I'll stasis this guy also. But if that happens, you actually can hug this wall here and kind of use it as protection. So if the exploder does blow up, it won't hit you. But sometimes he doesn't spawn, that's fine. Usually you'll get a puker here, sometimes an exploder, sometimes nothing. If you do get enemies, just grab one of these stasis canisters, throw it, interact with this, grab this battery, throw it over there. You can stasis these enemies if you want. Pull this battery out, put it in. After putting the battery in, you can checkpoint restart, which will reset the enemies. Switch to line gun, shoot this guy. Shoot this baby. For this room in particular, try to make sure you don't heal up to full health before this point, because if you do get hit by a puker and you've got health packs, you can heal to get rid of the slow. But if you're at full health, that's not going to work, so you can kind of get screwed over in that room. I got kind of lucky the puker died in one hit. If that doesn't happen, while you're running up the ramp before you shoot the baby, he can shoot at you. If that happens, you can kind of hang to one side, like go to the left, for example, and then once he shoots, kind of hang to the right, try to dodge it. But, yeah. Ideally, you want to avoid that. You can stasis him and shoot him if you really want to. But usually, if you're not at full health there, you can just, if you get hit, it's fine. Just heal and you'll be good. Alright, so you get a checkpoint here, kind of when the color, like basically the saturation increases here. So you see how it's gonna look a bit, well, it's a bit more grayish now, and then here it kind of, you know, brightens up a bit. Once that happens, you can checkpoint restart. Well, actually, okay, so I am gonna show two things here. So there's a 0G clip on the right we can do, which is a little faster. It's a little bit more difficult though. Well, don't disregard what I said, but if you're gonna do that version, you're gonna checkpoint restart here. If not, maybe try this version first if you want. If you don't like, if you struggled with the chapter 7 wiggle clip, basically, it's kind of like that. So if you don't want to do that, this version's a little easier. So in that case, don't checkpoint restart and just look up and find this kind of crack here and fly towards it. So you can actually kind of just squeeze out of bounds here. There's not really any trick to it. It's just right around this spot here. You fly into it and you kind of just go through the wall. There's not even really collision there, I think. But once you clip out, just turn 180 and we're gonna face this way. Basically, if you see where all this stuff is over here, we're basically trying to get over there but past that wall. So we're just gonna fly this way. I'll try to show you some visual cues you can look for here. Again, if you look down, we're trying to get past basically where all that stuff is. So if you get lost and look down, that's where we're going. Start heading down here. Just keep going down. So if you see this, I'll actually fly to the left a little bit so you can see it a bit better. There's this big red door. You see this gray structure? It's kind of going to be in front of that. So that's another visual cue you can look for. We're going to head kind of down to the left of this structure. And we're going to look for that right there. It should glow a little bit more when we get close to it. But it's going to be this audio log. Alright, you can hit this trigger too sometimes, but don't worry about that. Try to get Isaac's, basically his torso into this thing. It's not too precise, but you want to get around here with it sort of like in your torso. And you're going to aim at this caution sign here. Again, not super precise. You can kind of aim in the middle of it or on the left, doesn't really matter. But I think, okay, don't quote me on that. I think the center of the left is what I would usually do, but I think it'll still work either way. And then you're just going to fly backwards, and once he falls out of 0G, you're going to checkpoint restart. I'm going to show you the other clip out first, though. So if you're going to try this one, once you get in the 0G, you know, the saturation kind of increases, you gain control, you can checkpoint restart, it'll put you here. As soon as that happens, you're going to turn to the right, and if you see this big beam and then the wall, you're going to fly in between those and start heading this way. And fly up until you find this corner right here. We're going to rotate a little bit to the right, and I basically want to fly into it just like this. And then it's pretty much the same as the chapter 7 wiggle clip. We're trying to get his legs clipped in. So you're going to go up until he moves up a little bit. You're going to go down kind of until his like head sort of bonks the floor, and then we're just going to pull up. So up a little, down, up. And I've clipped a little bit, and he kind of just, you can kind of wiggle a little bit more to go through. So from here, I'll try to link a video if I can find it. I think there's this star right here and this star. They're kind of in line vertically. I think you aim at this and fly forward. So you can do that. I would recommend just flying back over to the audio log here and lining up with this. I'll link a video to that setup because it's been a while since I've done it and I don't want to give the wrong information here. But yeah, you just line up with the torso, aim at the middle of the sign, back up. But I'll show the whole thing one more time here. This is Strauss kill skip, by the way. I don't think I mentioned the name of the skip. But yeah, you rotate a little this way, get in the corner, and up, down, up, and you go up when his head kind of bonks. Or basically when he gets into the wall here. So I got a little stuck there. You could also sprint on the last down input. So up, down, up. Oh, sorry, but when you go back, if you go back down one more time. All right, so let me do this one more time. So up, down, up, and then you can go down again if you want. And then, yeah, that's the one you can sprint on if you really want to. But you shouldn't need to. Again, don't sprint in general when doing the wiggle clips. But once you get clipped in, you can. That's all right. But yeah, that star setup there, not a huge deal. It just kind of skips having to go over here first and then back up. Again, I'll link a video if I can find that. I just don't want to give you the wrong information here. So yeah, once he falls out of 0G, they'll restart. If you get a long load like this, it means you got it. Every time you miss this, you'll always get a fast load and pop right back in. So you do get that instant feedback whether you got it or not. So we're gonna run forward here. This is a little bit glitchy here, so the 0G area stays because of the skip we did there. So getting through this door frame is a little awkward. You have a couple options. You can either, while running, kind of wiggle left and then right, like kind of back and forth, like that. Oh yeah, you can kill this guy with the line gun or contact beam when he spawns. But yeah, just trying to show this off. So you can either kind of run into it, move left and then right a little, kind of wiggle around. A lot of people like to just launch, fly through the door frame and then land. That also works. So as soon as you open the door, just launch, land, use this panel, and just call the elevator as fast as possible. Some ammo over here if you want it. All right, so we do still have 0G here. There is a trick in the advanced route we can do with this actually. For our purposes, we just want to make sure we don't fall off the lift. We want to take it all the way up. I don't know, you can kind of just play around, kind of like fly upside down. I used to do that a lot with this. Yeah, just be careful not to fly off around the sides or anything. There's a kill plane under this lift that'll kill you. So if you kind of fly out of bounds, you'll die here. But in a little bit here, we're gonna hit the top of the 0G and he'll sort of realign. But this does get rid of the first 2 waves of enemies. I think it's the first 2. Now, for this, we just have to survive. There's nothing we can do to speed this up. I like to kind of just stand in this corner here, opposite the panel here. And we'll just get some waves of enemies, and just gotta kill them. So, again, TK, super broken, especially on lower difficulties. So I would suggest abusing that a lot, depending on how much ammo you have, too. But really, you're just trying to survive here, so whatever you got ammo with. I would say don't use the detonator, though. It has a very large range when it explodes. And it will still kill you on casual, even with a lot of health. You will still die to that weapon. So pretty much anything but that. I could try to demonstrate you can kill enemies with it, but it's really risky. It's really not super worth it, honestly, unless it's like the only thing you have. But even then, I think stasising and punching the enemies is probably better than doing that. But yeah, it's really just whatever ammo you got. Again, nothing you can really do to speed this up. You can try to grab ammo and stuff from the enemies here. Because there's a store visit you can do up here if you really need anything, but hopefully you should be able to just loot the enemies and be okay. So just open this. We're going to get a bit of a cutscene here. And yeah, that's pretty much chapter 11. We got to do a quick time event here, but otherwise, once we run into the next room, that's going to be it. I'll just take this time to explain. There is a trick called drill skip that'll be showed in the advanced route. Drill skip itself actually isn't that bad, but the trick in this level, punch up the shaft, is pretty difficult. It's not, you know, impossible or anything. Like, it's definitely doable, but I debated including it in this route, but I do think it's pretty difficult. So once that advanced tutorial series is done, it's not done as of the making of this video, but once it is, you know, if you're interested, I recommend checking it out. But I just had a hard time recommending that full route for this just because punch up the shaft itself is pretty obnoxious. But if you can get it down, drill skip itself isn't too bad. But yeah, with that being said, right here, that is start of chapter 12.